After people that JAPA, that's the Nigerian slang for people that relocate out of the country, the next set of people that should be looked into is asylum seekers. They are still part of the JAPA community, but in this case, apart from the ones who live for genuine reasons and need emphasis on need protection, others are people who either do not have the finances or are very desperate to live in whatever means, so they drop lies left, right, up, down, center, everywhere. Some have even claimed to be gay. That's the LGBTQ community. It is not only claims of being gays that some Nigerians latch on to seek asylum abroad. Some Nigerians also claim they are fleeing from Boko Haram insurgency, herdsmen attacks, when they are not affected by these challenges. Asylum seekers have been a hot topic in the Western nations for years and have become hotter, with many countries grappling on how to handle the influx of refugees and asylum seekers. Recently, the debate has intensified as several Western countries have announced plans to ban or restrict asylum seeking altogether, citing concerns over national security and economic stability. The United States has announced for the ban on asylum seeking. The UK and Australia followed suit shortly after, with both countries announcing their own plans to ban asylum seeking. This is just a signal that the government of developing or undeveloped countries needs to buckle up, because the Western world is tired. I said it. These people are looking for how to develop their own countries more and look for how to exploit resources from African nations and others. I said what I said. They don't want the people, especially people who are not adding value to their system. They want resources. A country like Nigeria, one of the biggest disappointments in history. The government bad. Some of its people helping the government to run their chancy, mischievous businesses. The government has been called out on several occasions, with some voices threatened or muted. However, after all this, the government gives no explanation for anything, because they don't see themselves to be held accountable for anything. And again, the people. It is in Nigeria that one will see people selling their votes on credits. Tell me why people won't JAPA or seek desperate asylum for the uncertain better life out there. The asylum ban decision was met with widespread criticism and outrage from human rights groups and international organizations such as the United Nations. Many argue that such a move goes against basic human rights and international laws. They argue that the decision to ban asylum seeking sends a message that Western nations, I said this, that Western nations are no longer willing to help those in need, and could lead to an increase in the number of people taking dangerous routes to seek asylum. For people from Nigeria and other countries, the impact of the ban could be particularly devastating. Nigeria has been plagued by conflict and violence for many years, with extremist groups such as Boko Haram and Fulani headsmen carrying out attacks on civilians and causing widespread displacement. According to the United Nations, there are currently over 2.7 million internally displaced people in Nigeria, with many others seeking asylum in neighboring countries and beyond. For those seeking asylum in Western countries, the ban could mean that they are no longer able to find safety and protection from the violence and persecution they have experienced. Sad. According to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, 89.3 million people worldwide are forcibly displaced, with 4.6 million asylum seekers, 53.2 million internally displaced people, and 27.1 million refugees as of 2021. In response to the ban, several countries, including Canada and Germany, have called for an emergency meeting of the United Nations to discuss the issue. They have also pledged to continue accepting refugees and asylum seekers and have urged other countries to do same. The UN Refugee Agency has said the draft migrant legislation proposed by the United Kingdom government will result in a de facto asylum ban. UNHRC noted that this would be a clear breach of the Refugee Convention and would undermine the long-standing humanitarian tradition of which the British people are rightly proud. The UK is one of the original signatories of the 1951 Refugee Convention, which recognizes that refugees may have to enter a country of asylum irregularly. Also, on February 23, 2023, the Biden administration published a proposed rule that would illegally ban many refugees from seeking asylum in the United States and deprive refugees of the ability to reunite with their families and pursue a path to citizenship. The proposed asylum ban is a new iteration of prior Trump administration asylum bans that were repeatedly struck down by federal courts. The Biden administration has provided only 30 days for the public to comment on the proposed rule, effectively denying the public the right to meaningfully comment under the notice and comment rulemaking procedures required by the Administrative Procedure Act. The time frame is seen as insufficient for a sweeping proposed rule that will make asylum seekers ineligible for asylum in violation of U.S. law and deny much access to asylum. That's it. What will be the future of asylum seekers? Where will they go when rejected? This, among other questions, need to be answered by Western countries.